Welcome, Sag, to my temple. This is the Temple of Tarot, Astrology, and Yoga. My name is Ava, and I'm going to be your oracle for December 2025. This is an Astro tarot forecast, combination of astrology and the tarot, and is relevant to you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Sagittarius. All right, Sag, I have a few channel announcements, just a couple, and then we'll begin your reading. By the way, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, everyone. I hope this is a wonderful time of the year for you. I've partnered with a company called Hipsy. They are a deliverer of tarot readings and psychic networking company. What partnering with them permits me to do is to give you one place that you can go and see if I'm available for a phone reading or a video phone reading or for live stream. This gives me the opportunity to show you my schedule, my availability, and they monitor the transaction. That is, it's up to you how long you want the conversation to last and the depth of it. There are a whole variety of options that they can give you, discounts and first-time user incentives. So there's a link below if you would like to connect with me for a reading like that. Then I've also decided to put two other types of videos on my Patreon page. One is going to be a collection of all 12 signs for the shamanic, ancient shamanic Mexican yoga, which is called Magical Passes. I'm creating one for every single sign for the month of December. And you can buy them as a collection or singularly if you'd like. And this is a wonderful way, I think, of receiving support and at the same time offering real value. And then the other video option that you have on Patreon is I'm going to do an American Indian animal totem reading, a medicine card reading. This comes from the collection of divination wisdom from the various tribes of North America. And they will give you a very in-depth psychological, spiritual take on the events of the month. So those 3 links will be below, as well as a link to my old-fashioned web page called grandcentralhealing.com, where I have my readings available done in the old-fashioned way. That is, I create an audio file and just send it to you in your email, if you prefer that. All right, so we're ready now, Sag, to begin your reading. For those of you who are new, I really only analyze the transits of Mars and Venus to keep things very simple, to the point, and relevant to the specific energies of the month in question. This month, the dynamic duo, Mars and Venus, are holding hands, and they are transiting simultaneously through two signs, Sagittarius and Capricorn. And of course, you as a Sag, that would put Mars and Venus in your first house of self, of identity. What this does is it brings in desire and passion, which can be give me a moment. Desire and passion, which can be directed towards any ambition, really. But primarily, you'll experience it as a need to beautify yourself. That is, improve your appearance in some way, as well as to launch a sort of self-improvement mission. The energy is also about self-expression, how you express yourself. And you have to watch out, because you'll be extraordinarily charming, attractive, and yet with Mars there, you might initiate conflict, verbal conflict in some way. Maybe simply being a little cocky. This is just a warning, because the combination often leads to not enough awareness of how you're affecting others, because it is a egocentric position. There may also be a very deep longing for enrichment of oneself, a need for luxury, a need for beauty, a need for art. And so there's a real possibility that your art will be very much enhanced if you're an artist or if you're creative. This is a beautiful, beautiful placement for the potential productivity that you'll experience. So whether it's a hobby or an art or some kind of project, these areas will be very much empowered. It's a very romantic placement as well, highly charged sexually. So again, you're going to be very sexually attractive. Your personality is going to, Sagittarius is a very inquisitive, intellectual, yet daring and bold, explorative, through exploring ideas as well as physical terrain. So all these attributes of Sagittarius are going to be given a really large dose of energy. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, just as a prelude to the holidays. then our dynamic duo of Mars and Venus march together into Capricorn, your second house of money, finance, possessions, again, your speech. It might be that with all this, your speech, your means of communication become very bold, direct, insistent. You could have conflicts over money with others, with Mars here. But with Venus also here, it's very likely that you will prevail, that your opinion or that your interests will prevail. But there is that potential for disagreement about finances and or a coupling, a joining of your financial world with your romantic world. So spending money on things that fulfill your desires is what this month is all about. Buying things that make your life more beautiful, more rich. Being very proactive in producing money. By the end of the month, you are in this very productive period where your heart and your mind are united to raise your level of wealth and security. So this is what's going on. It's a beautiful month, especially because it is also the gift-giving month. And so you might be buying very expensive presents or more expensive than you can afford. So be very careful, but there's immense joy that is expressed here. Your love and your compassion, Venus, in the first, you become very giving, not only to yourself, but to others. So maybe you're going to be considered Santa this year because you're in the mood for an expression of your love to others. And sometimes Sagittarius can be extraordinarily generous. And so now, don't become too vulnerable now to others' needs, but that's just what's going to happen, is you're just going to be overtaken by this wish to fulfill other people's needs and an empathy with others that will be beautiful as you realign your own sense of self to what is more real and true to your heart. So that is the forecast, the astrological forecast for December for you, Sag. I just wanted to mention that we mustn't forget that this is a very sacred time of year. And if you can take the time to be alone for a few hours or however much time you can carve away from your obligations and responsibilities, to just feel the moment, to meditate in silence as the season changes on the 21st of December. It will bring profound healing, as the earth herself is also in a state of still, silent meditation. All right, thank you very much for joining me. And please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the readings, and partake of whatever offering I have below. Thank you. Wait for your tarot forecast coming up next. Welcome, Sagittarius, to your tarot forecast for December 2025. Again, relevant to you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Sagittarius. I just had a visitor, just about maybe a month ago, maybe less, maybe more. And she came here to visit me on the big island of Hawaii, all the way from Poland. And she only stayed here for 3 days, 2 of which I got to be with her, and maybe 4 days. And the other day, she had to drive back all the way to Kona, a 2.5-hour drive. She was Sagittarius with Sagittarius rising. And I rarely meet someone who so embodies this Sagittarian traits. She maybe is in her mid-40s, so she's still very young, but with a sense of adventure that gives her a very youthful spirit, and her body was very lithe and agile, and she was curious and intellectual and courageous and bold in her opinions as well. So now when I think of Sagittarius, I will think of her as an almost perfect example of why Sagittarians are so wonderful companions and partners in adventure. All right, so here are the cards. I use the Waite Rider deck, and I do so because I mention almost every time I do this, because I believe in the power of symbols. And the symbols are an absolute necessity for us human beings to communicate. We learn languages. We learn the language of math. We learn the language of images through movies and through our dreams. And we communicate with one another and with our higher self through symbols. The symbols on the tarot cards are archetypical. And I always use this as an example for those of you who are new. The example is the one when you think of a house. For most of us, it gives us a sense of security, a feeling of safety and protection. And so it immediately communicates these essential emotions to us without saying a word. And so the symbols on the tarot cards function the same way. So let's insert 2 reversals randomly, and then shuffle just a little bit more, and place the cards down. And with my left hand, I make 2 separate piles. And then what we'll do is reassemble them like this. We're ready to begin your forecast. This is a 4-card spread, a very simple spread. And I will attempt to correlate it, connect it to the previous astrological forecast, if possible. The first card represents the overall mood or energy of the month of December for you. Wow. You see that? That is the 10 of Cups. You couldn't get a better card as a message that this season is going to be one of celebration. If you notice, there are 10 cups strewn across a rainbow. This family has now arrived at the end of a journey to their homestead, to their home, to their El Dorado, to their paradise. And it took a long journey to get here, that those 10 cups represent as emotional junctures, lessons along the way. But they've arrived. And there's joy and celebration, emotional release. Hands, arms stretched up in gratitude for what you receive, which brings you to an emotional peak of pleasure, love, and abundance. It's the fulfillment of a dream, the conclusion, the closure, the end of a particular journey. Family. There is a family depicted on the card. Again, the children are dancing, and the couple are united in their celebrations. So it could point to those literal celebrations that the holiday brings, but it assures that the gathering of family will be one of positive, emotional bonding. If you are one of those, and I'm one of those, who don't really have close family because I'm here on the Big Island, it's about some creative journey that you've been on, the culmination of which is now attained in December. This could be a creative journey, or it could be one in which family is literally the subject of the journey of your family towards some goal, some dream, which manifests, which is such a beautiful, beautiful thing as a Christmas gift to you. Sag. In the position of what will challenge you. Could be a person. Pardon me, let me show it to you. The Queen of Swords. Swords are about the mind. It's an air element. The Queen is about self-mastery. Pardon me. The Queen rules with a stern hand. She is very rational, serious, and determined. She is impartial, unbiased, and absolute in her decisions. There may be someone in your midst, an air sign, maybe with air rising or sun, moon, or rising sign being an air sign. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Someone like that, a mature person, older, who may be a problem, who may be a challenge, or who may be a symbol for you. That there are certain things that you will have to take an attitude of reason and intellectual acuity, sharpness. You may be faced with some intellectual challenge that has consequences for someone, female perhaps, but it could be male as well. So your challenge is to stay focused and sharp intellectually, to be able to meet some situation that demands you to be impartial and rational and commanding. All right. Let's see what the unexpected event or situation might be. Oh, let me show it to you. I keep forgetting. It's the Two of Wands. A choice. An important choice. Which demands that a reasonable, feasible plan be created. Here we have someone who has been inspired by some creative idea or concept. That's the first wand, the inspiration. Now, with his hand on the second wand is where you put the idea, the concept, into a plan, a reasonable plan, like a business plan, or a itinerary, something that will guide your actions in the future. You have to think it out, put it on a paper and make it intellectually cogent. Then you launch. You see, he is standing at the edge of his known world with a globe in his hand. The globe represents the world itself, a broader world out there, and how to take what is known, what he knows, what he understands, his skills, his knowledge, and to expand out into the world, to launch out into the world. This is the planning phase that happens unexpectedly. Let's see how this all ends. We've got a reversal. How interesting. 9 of Wands reversed. The card, when it's upright, shows someone with a bandage around his head. He's been recently wounded, be that physically or psychologically, or both. And he's wary. He's defensive. He doesn't want that to happen again. So he's very cautious and in a state of stress, in a sense, because he's always looking over his shoulder. So it's reversed. And so this improves the meaning of the card, because what it means when it's reversed is that fear, that wound is healing, and you are no longer in that state of mind of being very anxious, waiting for something bad to happen again. You drop that. You drop that attitude and celebrate with family, friends. Celebrate what you've achieved. Celebrate with your family, because you are now able to release that which had caused pain. You are now able to let it go, to release it, so that you can achieve closure. You've learned your lesson, and you're no longer wary of others or wary of yourself, afraid of what your body may do or what your partner, romantic partner, may do. There's healing. And this is very, very beautiful. So thank you very much for coming to your forecast. And if you would like further help through all the ways that I am trying to bring to you to deepen your understanding of yourself and of your circumstance, and to make your life better, and to make life a joyful experience. So thank you very much, and I will see you next month, next year. All my love. Namaste.